Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham, and I'm in the country of Cyprus, in the city of Larnaca. And it's kind of a beach community. It's got a kind of a boardwalk up here, and it's pretty interesting. It's kind of beautiful in a certain way on the boardwalk. After you leave the boardwalk, you're kind of living in feels like an Arabic, Indian, I don't know, African place. It's not as I don't know. It's pretty modern, but on the other side there's a lot of crap happening everywhere. It's kind of disgusting. I'm actually in the tourist area, which is right now it's a tourist information office, and it's really beat up. Of course, it's closed because it's winter. I wanted to talk today about people losing the plot. Okay, I have even a website about travel slang, but I'm in a hostel right now with a lot of very I don't know, confused people. Okay, and one of the people that's in the hostel from the Ukraine drinks all the time. Which is very common in certain places. From, I don't know, the Baltic states, Latvia, Riga, whatever, Russia, all these guys, drinking all the time is just standard. So he's from the Ukraine, but so is the Brits. The British drink a lot. Okay, but we have two British people in the hostel. We have, we have two Ukrainian people, a woman that's kind of, I don't know what I'm supposed to call these people, right? But the one man went up. I was making a Zoom meeting at 4 a.m. this morning, and he had just came back from the kiosk and had two big, large beers, which is just kind of standard operating procedure. And he somehow, about, I don't know, maybe noon today, I have jet lag, so I accidentally fell asleep around, 7 o'clock, and I slept till about 2, which is, I don't know, not what you want to do, but I have jet lag, right? That means my hours are all mixed up. But I wake up and there's an ambulance, and somehow this man had fell down and cut himself, and he was, I guess, blathering, making strange talk and whatever. That's the only thing I can know for sure. The good part is this other man from Ukraine had actually been talking to him. And so, but what's interesting in the world is that people have no understanding of craziness. And then the lady from the Britain went on and asking, well, why did he do this? Why did he do that? Why did this? I finally said, asking questions on why somebody does something crazy makes you crazy. Okay, and crazy things happen. Okay, and I think of Rudyard Kipling saying, if you can keep your mind while everybody around you is losing theirs, then one day you'll be a man. There's a very good poem by Rudyard Kipling. If, and I was sitting there listening to everybody, and this is the art of living in the world. It's the art of living in your home place, is to separate what is kind of factual from what is supposition. Supposition is the idea that something supposedly happened or could happen or whatever. Conjecture, there's words that mean you're trying to extrapolate what happened when you really don't know what happened. And I finally said, you're the British lady, which in some ways she's a little bit more wacky than the guy that he's got many stories, and he tells everybody a different story. Okay, whether he's rich, poor, he's got a wife with 2 children in Germany, whatever. Now, what I don't know, and this is one of the things that I would like to think about today, and I'm going to try to address, is why in it's probably December 1st, really, of 2024, why do all these kind of not so well packed humans come to Cyprus? Now, don't get me wrong, most of the people I see are from India and I don't know where they're from, but there's a lot of Nepal people, there's a lot of Philippine people, there's a lot of different people that are trying to, I don't know, find a better life, which is actually, oh, look at that beautiful building. There's some really old buildings here, and this one across the street is spectacular. It's kind of a gingerbread house like you would have in Haiti. But some of the architecture is really special here, and the history here is, this is not like the United States where we have like 250 years or something, or 300 years. They have, unlimited amount of history, and this place has been conquered by everybody. Okay, but why, when you're in what the art of life, the art of travel is to try to find your way to a safe place. And I have a lot of people I know that continually make the wrong decision and end up with doing the wrong thing. But it's almost always has to do with people, okay? It's not the location. It's the people that you're meeting at the locations. And somehow crazy people are attracted to crazy locations. Okay, I am just accidentally here because the airplane flight was $400 from, and it was my 115th country, and I decided to stay 10 days just to give it a taste. In the British, they have some sort of slang that I'll give it a lick, which means if the lick is good, I'll give it a bite. Okay, so the lick right now, I would say, is pretty bad. I have no redeeming reason to be in this country, but I got another 7 days. And it's kind of an interesting place. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Adios. But no redeeming reason. I could say honestly, without any recourse, that there's hardly any reason I would ever think of to come to Cyprus. Okay, unless you want to. You can always go to any country and pay, $400,000 and get yourself into a condo or something that's separated from reality. I mean, obviously, people are living in Los Angeles and whatever in these places in very exclusive areas where they don't really have to deal with the real world. On the other side is there's a lot of places where even at the lowest bottom, like where I was at in Colombia, it's very happy and very sane. But this place is seems to be attracting people that have lost the plot. Now, I don't know what to say about the Africans, the Arabic people, and the Indian people, and the Pali people, and the Filipino. I believe they have also lost the plot. They left their great places at home with their family to go live in a place for money. This is not the way to do things, okay? On the other side is, why am I in this really crazy hostel? It's because of money. It was the cheapest place I could. But I like to start out at the lowest common denominator and see what happens at the layman's level, the bottom level. And this is how you get to know society, is by traveling, by normal, like Bill Gates and even Elon Musk can never, ever travel at normal level. Okay, I can because I'm not famous. But if you really want to know a culture, you got to travel in public transport. You got to live in the, what you might call the lowest common denominator level of social class, okay? And but nobody. I've only talked to two or three Cyprus people, and a couple of them in the supermarket and one in this electronic shop. He was really nice. But generally, I only talk to Indian people, Chinese people. I don't know. Which means, why am I here? I want you to really think about that. If you go to a country and you're never talking with people from the country, why are you there? I always make fun of when I was in Poland. I actually talked to Polish people. But in the essence, the reason why people have trouble traveling is that they somehow are too tolerant and they settle for craziness when they should be looking for sanity. Right. But It's the people that are crazy. So when people do things, that's the reason why I'm always trying to get you to pay attention to people in black clothing and sunglasses and big dogs. And these are all signals of mental problems, okay? There's signals that we can identify that will tell you that you're not talking to the a happy-go-lucky, bright-colored person smiling and saying hello to everybody normally is what is the sanity. The insanity is the person that has no use for anybody because some reason they have no money but they think they're special. Okay, that is insanity. Or somebody talking to themselves. I had to leave the hostel because the British woman was pretty much never-ending conjecture as to why this man was doing something kind of crazy. He's drinking all the time, right? He drinks mostly beer because he's keeping. I actually looked up an AA meeting. They have like 7 AA meetings a week here in Cyprus. That doesn't mean it's in Larnaca. I think there's only one in Larnaca. But that's a very difficult way to stay sober because there's not enough support. So, but I was going to I was thinking this morning, I looked it up because the guy's having emotional problems. But some people do lose the plot, and you have to keep your mind about you when everything. The best way to do that normally is to have ongoing friends. Like last night I got on with Cliff and different people, and we talked on a Zoom meeting, and these guys are my stability in a way. But I've always been able to keep my mind about me while everybody around them is losing theirs. That's one reason why I can travel. But can you keep on course? Keep your brain about you. Can you stay the course while everybody around you is acting crazy? But if you lose your temper, this is a sure sign that you're having emotional problems. So if you're losing your temper, or you're around people that are losing your temper, you have to separate from them. Okay? But people do lose their temper for many reasons, whether it's frustration, anger, whatever. But it's a sure sign that you need to really back up, analyze why you're in that situation, and walk away. Okay? And don't do it again. The insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. But people lose the plot, and if you're going to travel the world and you want to really understand people, you need to understand the lowest level. And this is where what my friend was calling it the charmed life, or charm travel, or I call it the rose-colored glasses travel. People go to, I'm sure that there's hundreds of people that have bought condos here in Cyprus because they came here, they stayed in a 4-star, 5-star hotel. They met a bunch of beautiful people. They met some girls, and then they think that is reality. Right now, everything is just empty as can be in there. But you got to look at what you're looking at, and this is where it's like I'm at the tourist zone. I'll try to show you the street. It's all beat up. This is a beat country, okay? The beat generation. This is beat place. This is like Ermita, Manila. Ermita is a neighborhood in Manila where it used to be probably in the 1960s. You used to think, nobody says hello here. They always look at you like you're an idiot, which is hilarious. But if they don't say hello to you when you say hello to them, if they look the other way, they wear sunglasses, they have big, huge dogs, they got on black clothing. These are all signals, and I'm always going to be talking about you have to learn to identify the body language signals of insane people or unfriendly people or evil people. But why are all these people settling here? There's a level of society where you can kind of get out of the fray and live with more sane people. And technically, if I wanted to live here, I would probably move anywhere but the tourist place, okay? Because the tourist place is obviously, I don't know, having some emotional problems. It's there's mass clusters of Indian Africans sitting around in groups of 10 drinking beer. Always a problem when you see a group of people drinking, sitting around right by the supermarket where they go. They sit outside on this, I don't know, and it's kind of like this bush, and they drink. I was just explaining to the guy that's now in the hospital because he fell down and he drank too much. I said, you're not accepting reality. Well, that's an excuse me. That's an alcoholic thing, is they don't want to accept reality on reality's terms. They don't want to define reality. They come up with a illusional vision of the world. But try to think always, and this is what I'm trying to tell you today, is there are signals that can help you to try to identify what is claimed. So like really nice streets, people walking around saying hello to each other, people walking around saying hello to each other, people willing to talk to each other. Diversity is not normally sanity. The diversity here is massive. Oh man, a black babe over there, beautiful. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? And on the other side, it's, maybe I could point at chocolate. Thank you, sir. Very good man. He offered me some chocolate. There are good people, but they only start out if you say hello to people. Hello is the sign of peace. If you go to churches, people say hello to each other, and then they walk out and never say hello to another person. Carry the word, carry the hellos around the planet. But sane people do certain things. This girl's talking to herself, but anymore, everybody's talking to themselves because they're on the smartphone. They got these little ear set things, and they walk around talking to themselves. But the number one way to know if somebody's insane is if they're talking to themselves. You got to be careful anymore because they can be on their headset things, and but they're blocking their way from society. A happy person says hello to each other. They got their head on a swivel. They're looking around, and there's signals. So I'm always going to be talking about the signals, the body language of sanity. Hello. But you can see a happy person and be wearing happy clothing. Does that make sense? You have to figure out how to read the body language so you don't get hooked into the craziness of the planet. I'm Andy Leibgram. I've lived in 115 countries, and I've done this for 26 years because I can be surrounded by craziness and stay sane. Can you?